Welcome back to The Last of Us Remastered, and now we're starting
Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy.
and now we're starting the summer arc.
Wait. Weren't we starting the fall arc?
Actually, no, you're right, Joe. I got my seasons mixed up. Never mind. This is the fall arc. You're right. Never mind.
Welcome to the prototype for Logan.
Well, the thing is,
that's nice to just find a gun like that lying around.
Well, the thing it probably belonged to whoever owned this car.
Probably
Yes,
a cop by the looks of that car's
Yeah.
neon lights on top.
Yes, Twips.
You were
there's a body.
going to ask me something
I was.
related to my Logan comment.
Oh, that, yeah. Well, the thing is, Dwebs, when you get right down to it, Last of Us is basically an amalgamation of Children of Men and The Road. I wasn't that big a fan of either of those two movies because, one, they didn't do a good job developing the characters and making us care for them, and Children of Men is the same problem. The problem is that I'll give The Road something. The Road at the very least had an actual proper ending, whereas Children of Men just stops. To give you an idea, don't
say that's Alfonso Cuarón's worst movie.
Of those that I've seen, yes. Okay, don't worry, Dwebs. If you've seen this game, you've seen Children of Men, so don't worry about spoilers. Hold on.
Charming.
Yeah, someone's got to be the hopeful one here. Anyway, yeah, basically, the thing is, about the problem with the Children of Men is that right after they managed to get the woman who's pregnant, basically, the problem with Children of Men is that women stop being able to get pregnant, and because of that, the species is about to die off. However, we found one woman who actually managed to get pregnant. So obviously she has to be protected and sent to the hospital so they can probably figure out what's different about her so can possibly cure the disease that's making women unfertile. What is it, Jova?
All right. Don't worry. I'll count him in.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Click.
Very good. Sorry about that, Jova.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay. You can unmute now, Deji.
All right.
Oh, that. Okay. Okay. So.
Just around the river bend.
So just to finish what I was saying, basically, the problem with that is that right after they managed to get the woman on the boat so she can go to the hospital, the movie just stops. Like literally, we don't even get to see if she gets there. We don't get to see how things turn out. Children of Men, which is one of the movies that inspired this game. So actually, that's actually one of the proper reasons why I actually have a big appreciation for this game, because this game finally did away with the problems I had with both The Road and Children of Men. Because, like I said, I'm not saying they're terrible movies or anything like that. They're not even that bad. It's just that they fail to make an impact because they don't really do a good job making us care for the characters. Whereas this movie this game does a lot much better than that.
What movie are you talking about?
Children of Men.
Children of Men.
Huh. Is it good or bad?
Let me put it like this.
It misses the mark. Let's just say
Think about it like this. It sort of was what started trends that you see and stuff like this, and for that it's good. And it's not necessarily bad, it's just, you can definitely tell
it's been done better
before it got refined.
Yeah, it's been done. Basically, this game is a much more refined version of that story of that movie, basically. Whereas that movie introduced those tropes. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. It didn't introduce those tropes because those tropes have been around in novels before, but it was the one that made them popular of sorts. The problem is that it didn't execute them all that well. Let's just keep it at that. All right, recharge. All right, so now we have to do some light puzzle solving. Now we have
Not gonna
to.
take the rest of the arrows.
Puzzles?
We already
The
have.
Last
We
of
can
Us?
only carry 9 arrows at a time, Jova.
Puzzles? I thought we were playing the Last of Us, not Uncharted. Am I right? Get it?
Yes, you're right.
You're right. Anyway, yeah. Now we have to basically turn these things so we can make a sort of a bridge so we can get through.
You know, I wonder if the story would be any different if it took place where each of us lived. Like, I can't imagine the story taking.
If this took place in England, it would be like every chapter would look like this: rainy, gray,
Forgot fog.
foggy. Yeah, and it would
So
be
I think
and it would be a bit too samey in terms of environment. So we had to go for America because America is more colorful.
Hey, that reminds me of Zombie U.
Shiri, how would you think this
Oh, that's
game would
right,
be
Zombie
if it
U.
was set- if it
how
was set
how
in
was that game?
Wales?
It was good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dweebs, to answer
it
your
just-
question, if this was set in Wales, it would basically be Black Sheep.
Black sheep, everyone would get tired because they're climbing over mountains all the time, and the zombies would be rugby fans.
Basically, Pedro, one of the cool things about Zombie U is like, well, okay, you can level up and all, and yet, however, when you die, you take control of a new person. The cool thing is that the person you were previously playing as becomes a zombie, complete with any weapons, leveled up stats and stuff.
Welcome to The Last of Us Twin Sanity.
Huh.
All right. So yeah, Ellie has the one who gets to turn the other handle.
Of course, like with a lot of stuff with the Wii U, Zombie U didn't do as well as Ubisoft had hoped. Then Ubisoft started to dig around with the stuff, and then they tried releasing it on other consoles, and surprise, surprise, it didn't hold up to the Wii U version, which, that game was made for in the first place.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like it would work.
Fortunately, Ubisoft eventually started to get better.
So there you go. By the way, I love the optional character interaction you can have at this section. So check this out.
Wait, can you jump off and...
No, you'll see the prompt when it happens.
Huh.
High five.
Cute.
You can, of course,
What about
you can choose not to do it, and she will go, "Aw."
Come on, Joel. One last high five.
All right. Oh, look, we found a grave site. Ugh.
Or a
Don't
fist-
touch it, it could be a trap. No.
That's
J-
very bad for you.
Yeah, I know, but that's just how Joel is. She writes. Sadly, Joel is not good at dealing with grief. Like he refuses to talk about it. Basically, he doesn't want to confront that at all. And this is going to be very important for later on as well. Like he cannot handle pain, grief in general. Like the trauma of losing his daughter took quite an impact on him. Basically, but go ahead, Jeji.
So I guess we can assume that that's a kid's grave there.
Probably. Considering the teddy bear, probably. It is, but yeah, it's true, Shiroi. The psychologist, of course, will tell you that holding your pain in is bad for you. The sad part is that some people can only deal with grief in their own specific way, and some of them in this way, sadly.
And personally, I think the best way to resolve any issue, well, most issues, is just to talk it out.
Of course.
Yeah, I know it's hard, but it's better than nothing.
It is. I agree with you. It's just that, unfortunately, some people cannot...
You just need to step out of your comfort zone, because especially since that's not
It's
getting
good for
you that
you.
far. No offense.
No, it is. I totally agree with you guys. It's just that, sadly, and this is a good part that I like about Joel's characterization, it's very realistic, the fact that some people cannot handle that. Some people just refuse to do it because it's too painful for them. They can't handle it.
Yeah, it's sad because sometimes it comes to them just having to see the consequences of their actions finally snapping them out of it.
Yeah.
That was one of the few things School Days that actually did good. I'll give that anime that.
I'll disagree, but move on.
Hey, look. I'll give credit where credit is due. Trust me, that does not clear that anime of all its BS.
Oh, I'm not saying you're saying that. Oh, hold on, cutscene.
What are you talking about?
Trust me, you don't want to know.
Just
You
look
know,
up-
no, you know what? No. Jova, say nothing more because the minute Pedro said, "Don't want to say it," don't want to hear it. Okay.
Squirrel watch the School Days.
We didn't know the place was occupied. We're just trying to make our way through.
Through to where?
You're all right.
But you know these people?
Goddamn brother.
Oh, hi, Tommy.
Good to see you
Tommy
survive
would-
Ride to Hell Retribution.
Tommy was so.
No,
I
dudes.
did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Joel.
That doesn't look like James
That sounded
Franco.
like you're going for a Russian.
Oh, this one. Oh, I love this one.
German, German.
You got fucking old.
I love that line. You got fucking old.
Yeah, that just reminds me. Are you gonna watch that Disaster Artist film?
Eventually.
Me as well.
Yeah, me too. What about you, Deji?
Not a rush.
Well, it's not out till December.
Oh, Tommy got married.
We're never gonna find out what happened to Joel's old wife, I'm guessing. Probably for the best.
Sarah didn't have a mom even back before the apocalypse, so I'm guessing they were probably either divorced or died. Yeah.
Yeah, she died of plot.
Well, she was never in the plot to begin with, Dweb, so technically she didn't die of plot.
Oh, great! Off-screen nights is my favorite.
No, Dwebs. In order for something to be off screen, it had to be in the screen at least for 1 second to begin with. So.
But there was a picture of her somewhere.
Okay, yep, dead. Unless Joel's just obsessing over his ex.
So who plays Joel's bro?
Don't remember.
What's his character's name?
Tommy.
Tommy. Last of Us.
What's so?
Tommy was so. I'll look
Yeah,
it up.
Joel's last name was
Hold
so
on.
too.
Joel was so.
Oh, nice.
God, this is a prequel to Spirit.
And here we go.
3.
All right, and we can actually pet the horse.
I wish you could pet the dog in Odyssey.
He's played by Jeffrey Pierce.
Okay.
What's his last name?
Pierce.
Not Pierce. Like Joel and Tommy.
We don't
He
actually.
has no last name.
We don't actually ever learn Joel's last name. Neither Ellie's.
He's been in a lot of Call of Duty games.
All right, so he's a veteran gaming voice actor. Sure.
Yeah, and a couple of Medal of Honors. And even the Jason. He even voiced Jason Bourne in the Bourne Conspiracy video game.
Ah, yes. Good old brothers. Dang it, I don't know your last name, so I can't make a pun off of that.
Notice how Ellie was not exactly happy about separating herself from Joel. So keep that in mind for later. And it ties back to another thing that we established for her in the previous part.
Well, one really treated her as, I guess, nicely as Joel has in the long run, so of course she's probably going to see him as a father figure.
Not just that, but she's going to make a really good point about it later on. Anyway, guess what Tommy's kept all these years?
Oh.
Nice picture.
Yeah, once again, he just doesn't he just wants to move on and not think about it.
How's that going for
But
him?
that's not moving on though.
That's just ignoring the problem.
I know.
It's only gonna get worse.
Yeah, and that's exactly that's one of the things that I really like about Joel's character. Like Neil does a really good job in showing off this particular flaw of his in a very way that really fits the story that the game is going for. And trust me, it's going to become very relevant to the climax of this game, and is going to be one of the main justifications behind his actions.
Would you say that the climax of the game is controversial?
It is, but we'll get to that. Let's just.
Yes, and I have opinions.
Oh heck yes, it is.
I do too.
Thank God, I'm not the only one.
I'll save my opinions on that for later. For now, let's just focus on this.
So, how about that Last of Us 2 trailer they showed off this week?
We've already discussed it in the previous part, so if you don't mind, we'd rather not go into it again.
To some of my thoughts, it was weird, a bit off-putting, but hey, at least they showed that it's Last of Us 2.
Eventually.
Yeah. So, brother to brother, what do we want to talk about?
But they
So,
don't
how's life
talk
treating you?
We're in the middle of an apocalypse. How do you think life is treating you?
I survived.
I don't know. Tommy seems to have something like a pseudo family here. He's got a power plant.
Oh.
By water.
He's talking about it now, actually. So.
My God, you may be the happiest people in this universe.
We managed to find the last episode of Jeopardy ever. Alex Trebek went on to host the show when he was 85.
He's still hosting the show.
Yeah, there he is. Pity Jeopardy didn't really catch on here in the UK, even though we tried 3 times.
3 times, jeez.
The Wheel of Fortune.
There you go, Deji. You can put a dog in this one as well.
The Wheel of Fortune.
So Last of Us is better than Mario Odyssey, confirmed.
God damn it, can't pet the dog.
They both. No, I'm not even going to say it because that's a huge spoiler.
Yeah.
I'm the last person who's going to say a spoiler.
There's been quite a few American shows that have worked around here in the UK, and on occasion, there's even ones that have lasted way longer than the American versions, like Catchphrase, for example.
Oh, look, we found another desk. Let's see what upgrades to our weapons we can make. Ooh.
It's like crafting the perfect...
We can make some upgrades for El Diablo.
It's like crafting the perfect gaming PC. Only a bit more lethal.
Pity the reverse doesn't really seem to go well for the most part.
There you go. We fully upgraded El Diablo.
We upgraded the devil, so now he's the super devil.
All right. Clip capacity and spread.
He's super. Shit.
One of the best things about shotguns is that the bullets spread, so better to upgrade that. And there we go. We got a trophy. Only for emergencies. Basically, it's a trophy you gain if you manage to fully upgrade all the weapons. You will not be able to do it over the course of one playthrough. So
yeah, you have to do it on New Game Plus and stuff.
Yeah, because there's not enough parts in the game to fully upgrade all of them in one go. You have to do it for New Game Plus.
How's the flamethrower?
How's the what? Sorry.
The flamethrower.
Oh, it works pretty much exactly like you would expect.
So it's okay, but not the best weapon in the game, and you're better.
No, the best weapon in this game to me is the sniper rifle.
Yeah, because you can just shoot zombies' heads off. I'm sorry, clickers.
That reminds me, Dej. Have you played the War for Cybertron series?
No, want to. I heard they're good.
Oh yeah, they're awesome. Wonderful. Heck, even Rise of the Darkspark was at least good.
On 3DS.
Yeah. Why the console version couldn't have been as good as anyone's... Oh wait, that's right, Activision
Are those games like a tie-in to something, or are they their own individual?
Basically, at first War for Cybertron was its own thing, but then eventually it got linked with Transformers Prime, the TV series, into what is known as the Aligned Continuity.
Really? Okay, now I have to play this game.
Oh yeah. Forewarning, there may be a few discrepancies between War and Fall because, War was released well before Transformers Prime even existed.
Hold on, cutscene.
And they ran out of good clam chowder there.
It went bankrupt. Oh, no, wait, sorry, let's do
You ever been to Boston, Jova?
Oh yes. It's quite a great city.
Cool. Anyway. You
What do you
know.
think?
Don't say that.
Good. She's had plenty of bites.
Come on, guys. I have to admit, you gotta love Neil's dark sense of humor.
I'll bite. Well, yeah, I doubt you're ever going to see a Firefly now since what happened with Joss Whedon. Yeah.
True, yeah.
Oh, so he used to be a part of the Fireflies.
Yeah, he was. Well, we already established that earlier.
I get the feeling Tommy has a few things to protect.
Well, remember, like Joel said earlier, the last words he said to him before this reunion was, "I never want to see your goddamn face again." So yeah, obviously something went down between them.
I love how they were just fighting each other. It's like, shit, zombies. Want quick truce? Sure.
Priorities,
Zombies are one
priorities, Deji, priorities.
I know.
I'm glad Joel doesn't have severe mental health issues, because when his brother said, "Do you know how to kill, right?" and then Joel was so angry at his brother earlier, he just shoots him before saying,
Yes.
it'll go like this. It'll go like this. "Do you know how to kill, right?" "Yeah, you."
Anyway, Deds, going back to what I was saying earlier, War for Cybertron and Fall Cybertron are in continuity of Transformers Prime, although it's a bit loose in some areas, and admittedly some of the connections had to be made via comic books. Not to worry, those comic books are perfectly accessible, but yeah. Basically, you're going to have to take some things into stride with that. But yes, those games are actually pretty awesome. Which is, no. Now is not the time to go into a Rise of the Darkspark rant.
Well,
I mean,
right
it depends how
now,
long are they gonna be
well,
shooting.
from this point on, it's going to be pretty much nothing but gameplay. So feel free.
All right, might as well. So,
Might as
fast
well.
Over to around the time of Age of Extinction's release, Activision thought, what should we do? Let's cross over the War for Cybertron Aligned Continuity franchise continuity with the movie franchise continuity. Okay.
That sounds incredibly confusing.
Oh, no. You think that's confusing? Here's what makes things even better. High Moon Studios, basically the people who are behind the War for Cybertron series, in fact, War for Cybertron was so well received that Activision actually put them in charge of doing the video game adaptation of Dark of the Moon. Like, that just shows how much they liked them. And then they made Fall of Cybertron, which was also critically acclaimed. So, what did they do for Rise of the Darkspark? Oh, they just put in a completely different company in charge of that game.
Edge of Reality.
Yep, who had no experience with the Transformer War for Cybertron series. So, yeah, that came out of nowhere, but it gets even better. As is with most movie releases, they have that game rushed out the door to coincide with Transformers Age of Extinction. Even though the story is supposed to be a prologue to Age of Extinction, so when you think about it, it didn't really need to even coincide, because it wouldn't have really spoiled that much. Oh wait, that's right, it does, because it happens out of order, but that's more for actual talk about the game itself. So, let's see. War for Cybertron. What do you do with the bird game? You rush it, you give it to a completely different company who aren't the ones behind the brilliance of it, and you rush it out the door. But here's the best thing of all things. The two sides, the two dimensions in that game, never meet.
The
In
horror.
the crossover between two universes, they never meet.
Did the 3DS version do that?
I honestly don't remember. Because it was the console version that Activision were banking on. And that's the one that comes to mind.
Because
Well,
funny
I
enough,
don't-
the 3DS version was done by Way Forward.
They make decent games.
Well,
It's
apparently
way
the-
forward we're talking about.
Yeah,
better with them.
I don't want to say amazing games because I didn't really like Shantae.
Wait, what?
Risky's Revenge. I didn't like Risky's Revenge. I love Pirate's Curse.
Okay. To be
And I
fair,
was-
Risky's
I
Revenge
was-
is... Yeah, to be
um,
fair about Risky's Revenge, that was like the first Shantae game they made since their
The
first
original?
one in 2002,
2.
I think.
Yeah.
Also, I wasn't that big of a fan of Mighty Switch Force as well.
Well, okay,
I got up to the final level and I just stopped, man.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair enough. But yeah, when it comes to the Shantae franchise, for the most part, they're pretty good.
Anyway, see you for the next part,
It's
everybody.
over.
Uh,
Yep.
Yeah.
Ran out of time. See ya.
Yeah.